Hey all, Isotop here. First time you've seen me on this channel actually with my face exposed to the world. I normally do audio logs when it comes to TV licensing, but I thought I'd break out my computer's webcam for this one. Hopefully the quality is pretty decent. If not, let me know. Anyway, I moved address since I last spoke on you all. Naturally, of course, I'd stopped watching television a long time ago, so I stopped paying my TV license. Letters stopped coming, but I've moved address, and lo and behold, we've got one. Yeah. Of course, the address has been redacted because I don't want Capita knowing anything about me, really. Private company I've got no contract with, I'm not interested in doing anything with them, so... The letter, one that you've probably seen on a few videos before, but I just thought I'd go through a few pointers on it because it is quite funny. It's there saying, as you have not responded to our letters yet, you have left us no alternative but to proceed with the final stages of our investigation. So you've got nothing better to do than harassing innocent people. You got nothing. Can't you think of doing something more productive? An officer is scheduled to visit, postcode redacted, to find out if TV is being watched or recorded illegally. The officer may visit your property any day of the week, morning or evening. Yeah, standard threats. We're going to be round. You can't hide. Or one of that kind of bollocks, you know. I was like, so what? You know, you can come round. My intercom's broken. So you can ring the bell all you want. I'm not going to fucking hear you. The information below explains the procedure you may refer to it during the visit from the officer. Officer of what exactly? Like, he's not a police officer, is he? He's not a fire safety officer. He's not even a bleeding health and safety official from the council. He, she, it, whatever. I was like, officer, give me a break. What you need to know about the enforcement process. Oh God, here we go. We can apply to court for a search warrant to gain access to your property. Not an expert on this, but a few of the posts I've seen on quite a few various forums related to the television licence seem to suggest that it's about 2 pieces of evidence being needed, I think. So you can apply to court, but you'll need evidence to do so, especially unless you fabricate it, in which case you're committing perjury. So be very careful with that, Capita and the BBC. An officer can take your statements under caution in compliance with Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984 or Scottish criminal law. Keywords there are Police and Criminal Evidence Act. Well, they're not from the police, so that's irrelevant. And it's no longer a criminal offence. It's a civil matter now. It's a civil procedure. So it doesn't matter anyway. So the act is completely redundant. Whether you consent to access that shit or not, I'm one of these people that doesn't get involved in the muddy waters that the free man of the land creates. But I'm just saying, doesn't really matter here because they're not the police and it's not a criminal evidence case, so what does that matter? Anything you say to the officer may be used as evidence in court. Well, I've already highlighted they're not the cops, so they can't actually interview you, and they can't caution you either, so that's a load of nonsense. We did see a search warrant video recently where a guy refused to answer the questions. They kept saying, do you mind setting the television up for us? And he said, no, you're here to examine it, go ahead and examine it. You're obstructing the warrant. He's like, I'm not. You're allowed to search the property. You're allowed to search my TV. I'm letting you search it. There it is. Do it. This is the kind of mentality these scumbags have. Oh, you're not respecting my implied authority. You're obstructing. Do one. If your property needs a licence, you'll still need to buy one. Well, that's if it needs it. If you watch TV and you're not paying the licence and you're evading, that's your own sorry fault. I don't condone it. I personally don't watch live TV, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you do watch live TV and don't pay the licence, just be aware that you do risk a fine, but it says it's a fine up to £1,000 in addition to legal costs. Thanks to the Jesus of kayaking, we know that's pretty much bollocks. He's been to court and watched many times, seen the cases going through, gadunk, 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 in like bulk, less than like so many seconds per time. 120 quid, 130 quid, sometimes as low as 60 quid. I remember reading an article on TV Licence Resistance that said some company like, I think it was a news agency, something like that, they only got 300 quid, and they're a business that turn over profit and loss. So the average member of the public, got one, pull the other one. And it's like a reminder of the law. Doesn't even mention what the law is, it just says a reminder of the law. It's illegal to watch or record programs as they're being shown on TV without a TV licence, no matter what device you use. Well, again, if you watch TV, you should buy a licence, because it ends the hassle. But at the same time, some people don't watch the BBC. I think we should be allowed choice. I mean, say you're somebody who likes American dramas. You love The Walking Dead. You love Game of Thrones. You love Mad Men. These shows are predominantly shown on channels like Sky Atlantic, Channel 5, FX. Of the aforementioned shows there, when was the last time you remember one like that being on the BBC recently? The answer, ironically, is Mad Men. It used to be shown on BBC 4 in its first series. Before that, the only other one I can think of was 24 in its second and first season. So, if you're someone who watches that, why should you pay the BBC? If you don't use their services, why pay? Also, Channel 4 are a public service broadcaster, but they have advertising. So why can't the BBC? I think personally, if you don't use the BBC services, why should you pay them? If you're one of these people who doesn't give a toss about Top Gear, if you're one of these people who doesn't care about songs of praise, you've got no interest in Homes Under the Hammer and all that other daily regurgitated shite, why should you pay them? Why should you part your hard-earned money to support them? And it's not as if the BBC are this peerless, wonderful, superb broadcaster, are they? Jonathan King was back on television on the BBC in a documentary about Genesis. He discovered them. Congratulations to him. But this is an unrepentant paedophile. This is a person who abused a position of trust to abuse little boys. The BBC should never have had him back. It's a big, to the audience, a huge, to the paying public, a law unto themselves. No one should be forced to have no job when they leave prison. But this person, this beast, this shell of a man, should never have been given a platform on the BBC again. It's offensive to the families of the victims, and it's offensive to the victims from other people in the public eye who are still trying to get closure on it all. It's like, you see the horse, the flies have been floating around its head forever. Even the fleas have started flying away because there's nothing left to pick on. And if someone comes along and goes, whoosh, it's still moving! That's exactly what they're doing. It's wrong. And the problem I have as well is this mentality of this being above any kind of criticism. I'm trying as much as I can to stay away from controversy involving the BBC, because I've heard it all before. I've heard it a million times. It's like the Top Gear one, when they got chased out of Argentina. Did they honestly expect a member of the Joe Public to think that 982 FKL on a registration going through Argentina is a coincidence? The only thing it's missing was I982 FOK. But they ride through Berlin with 944 WWI. You know, it's like, would they do that? You know, it's like, it's offensive that they think we're stupid enough to believe that it's pure coincidence. Can't be. No chance. Oh, we only noticed it 3 days into the shoot. What? You didn't notice that you were changing the logbook into the company? So it's sure that you were using it legally on the road with the right insurance? Are you really sure about that? Answer is, of course they are. Because they're a bunch of idiots. These are the same people who, when the Thailand episode happened, they thought it would be witty play on words to use that. I'm not going to say the word because it's offensive, but I know a lot of people in Asia, and it was obviously going to cause offence. That'd be like saying, we've got a few cars parked up here, but it looks a bit dark in the middle, in like a heavily West Indian area, you know, so like, it's grossly offensive. It never should have happened. This is why I advocate that people don't support the BBC. If you watch TV, I'm encouraged to buy a licence just to protect yourself from the law, to protect yourself from the harassment, but you're a free person, you can do what you want. I'm not going to influence you. But if you're someone who doesn't watch the BBC, doesn't watch TV, stop paying the licence. I watch catch-up services, and at work it caused a debate. I said I don't pay the TV licence. They're like, why? And I went, I don't watch live TV. So I don't need one. Oh, but it went live at one point. Why should I pay and you don't? And I'm like, do you watch it live? Yeah, that's why then. I don't watch it live. And they started getting in my face, calling me like some hypocrite, some scum of the earth. We're not scum of the earth. We're people who, quite frankly, don't need a public service broadcaster. Television is dying. People are more interested in getting things when they want. When Netflix can get an actor of the calibre of Kevin Spacey to appear in a TV series that you can only get online via their service, you know the seeds of change have come. Let's write them well. All the best.